Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So on my Friday live stream, one of my viewers, I believe is our moderator Peter, he let me know that Dr. Ken Berry made a video that I should check out. I've responded to a few of Ken Berry's videos in the past. Yeah, I don't dislike him or anything like that. I just disagree with some of the information he puts out on occasion. And I had to look at this one because it affects us all. If you're vegan because it's an ethical stance, not a diet or weight loss thing or anything like that. It's an ethical stance against animal cruelty. We believe it's wrong to be cruel to animals, wrong to exploit animals. So we have to eat something. So the only things that we can eat that are in alignment with our beliefs are plants and fungi. So we have a video here like Dr. Berry saying that don't eat plants, don't eat vegetables, don't eat fruits. Well, it doesn't leave a lot of options. So I want to know, as a vegan, am I totally screwed? Because if what he's saying here applies to all of us, we're in deep crap. So let's see what he has to say here.
I was wrong about eating vegetables. Back when I made this video back in December of 2017, I still fully believed in the magical nutrition found in vegetables and fruits and other plants.
Magical nutrition? I don't know what you're talking about here, Dr. Berry. It sounds like you're just trying to be condescending or just like diss plants. I mean, yeah, there's nutrition in plants, but I have never read anywhere that this nutrition is magical.
Since then, after 4 years of deep dive research into human nutrition, human physiology, and human medicine, I've discovered that I was wrong about the magic in plants.
Deep dive research into this topic. Well, now you really got my interest here, Dr. Berry, because as my idol Carl Sagan says, extreme claims demand extreme evidence. So if you're making this claim that we shouldn't eat plants, we shouldn't eat any veggies or fruits, which goes against pretty much everything we've heard our entire lives, you better have some damn good evidence. So I hope you have some good research and studies to share with us.
I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician. Let's talk about what I've discovered in the last 4 years when it comes to eating lots of plants.
So I was wondering what kind of doctor Dr. Berry was. All right, family physician. Totally cool, respectable, everything's cool about that. My only issue is, are you really going to present any research? I mean, did you really conduct any research, like trials, something, other than maybe just stuff you like Googled research, or is it going to be like personal experience, anecdotal stories? I mean, that's not too strong, but let's see.
This video that I made back in December 2017, I talked about 7 low-carb vegetables that at that time I thought you could eat as much of as you wanted and still realize all of the potential health benefits of a proper human diet.
All right, so I get it. So he used to think that low-carb plants were okay to eat. I keep forgetting there's this whole class of people out there who are fearful of carbs, but I'm not going to criticize them for that. Let's move on.
I found out in the recent years of deep research that you may just not be able to eat that many plants.
Okay, please, I want to know what this deep dive research is.
And there's several reasons for that. In this video, I'm going to go through those reasons of why you may be one of the few people who should either severely limit the intake of plants, whether they're vegetables, fruits, or others, or you may need to eliminate them completely from your diet.
All right, so did you all catch that? At the beginning of the sentence here, he said, you may be one of the few people who needs to limit or stop eating plants. So he said few people. So this video isn't about everyone or even a majority of people. It sounds like a small percentage of people who might have problems eating plants. So I wish he would have titled the video differently, like he was wrong about eating plants. Maybe he was wrong in the sense he thought everyone could eat plants, and now he's thinking, okay, most people can, just a handful of people that have issues can't eat plants. I guess that's clickbait title, huh?
So let's dig into this. So the first reason is that it seems like many people, and I'm one of these people, I've been virtually plant-free in my diet for the last 3.5 years. And that means no vegetables, no fruits, virtually no nuts, no seeds. I've been eating just fatty red meat and eggs, occasional chicken and pork, and seafood. And I have not developed any vitamin or nutrient deficiencies. I actually feel better now at 53 years of age than I felt in my early 30s.
So is this personal anecdotal story part of your deep dive research? I mean, that's cool. I mean, I share personal anecdotal stories too, but I don't portray them as research. I make it clear this is my own personal experience here, and I could do the same. I mean, I've been vegan now for 12 years, and I've been putting out my blood tests here on YouTube regularly. I just put my most recent one out last week, and still not deficient in anything, and I feel great, just like Dr. Berry. So, I mean, what does that prove? Nothing really.
So I think the first problem for some of us, not everyone, the first problem for some of us is that vegetables just contain too many carbohydrates.
All right, so notice that. Yeah, once again, he says for some of us, not all of us, some of us, vegetables contain too many carbohydrates. I mean, please tell us. I mean, what's wrong with carbohydrates? As I've pointed out, I eat maybe 300, 400, 500 grams of carbohydrates a day. And like I said, nothing wrong with my blood test. I'm not deficient, not diabetic, pre-diabetic. Please share with us why this is such a dangerous thing, at least for some people. Yeah, I know he agrees. It seems to agree that some people can eat carbs, no problem.
And these come in the form of digestible, soluble carbohydrates like sugars and starches. But then for some of us, even the fiber in these vegetables and other plants cause problems down the line, further down the digestive line. And so for some of us, we need to eat such a low-carb diet that vegetables are just too high in carbohydrates.
I want to make it clear, I'm not a medical doctor or any kind of health professional, not a scientist. Again, a 12-year ethical vegan, just hearing what he has to say to see if I'm somehow like risking my life or my health by eating plants and all these carbs. And I'm of the opinion that if you have an issue with digestion, you should maybe go see a digestion specialist, like a gastroenterologist, rather than, just you can start with your family physician, then go to a gastroenterologist, but that seems like who you should go to. Like if you have some issues with your heart, you should go see a cardiologist. Just my opinion.
For many of us, the vitamins and minerals, which plants are full of, there's no doubt about that. But the problem is that for many of us, they're not bioavailable. They're not bioabsorbable. Even though they're in there, we don't have access to them. So all the iron, for instance, that's found in spinach, most humans only absorb about 1% of the iron that's actually in the spinach.
All right, once again, not a scientist. I don't know if what he's saying there is true, but yeah, what he's saying there I think could be an issue if you eat predominantly plants like I do, but rely on spinach, like eat a ton of spinach and you're depending on that as your primary source of bioavailable iron. I mean, look at all these health organizations from around the world who tell us that eating a vegan diet is safe and nutritionally adequate for all people. But one thing they say is like, eat a balanced, sensible, well-planned diet. Just don't rely on, like, say, one plant to get all of any vitamin, mineral, or any particular nutrient. And like I said, I don't think Dr. Berry doesn't seem to be saying, hey, everyone in the world should just give up plants and eat only meat. I think he was saying only some people should do it, but either way, I'd like to see if he can produce any health organizations, professional health organizations who have risked their reputations and made position statements regarding the safety and nutritional adequacy of eating this diet of just all meat.
And what makes it so difficult to absorb many of the vitamins and minerals found in plants is that plants also contain something called anti-nutrients.
Really? You only just now discovered anti-nutrients, Dr. Berry? I mean, I've been responding to people making wild claims about anti-nutrients in plants for years, but let's hear them out.
This can range from phytates to lectins to oxalates to tannins to protease inhibitors to phytoestrogens. And all of these things make it very difficult for humans to absorb the vitamins and minerals out of many plants.
So right there, Dr. Berry said all humans, not just a few humans or some humans or unfortunate humans, humans in general have problems or issues with plants because of their anti-nutrients. If you want to see another opinion on this rather than just like the opinion of one guy, let's take a look at what Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health says about anti-nutrients and if they are harmful. And here's a whole list of anti-nutrients, many of which Dr. Berry just mentioned. And let's take a look at this sentence here, which really sums it up nicely. Many anti-nutrients like phytates, lectins, and I can't pronounce this third one, can be removed or deactivated by soaking, sprouting, or boiling the food before eating. So if you're truly worried about lectins in your beans, well, don't eat them hard and raw, as no one does. Soak them, cook them, and these lectins are deactivated, removed, and they are a non-issue. And this Harvard webpage mentions studies that have been done on vegetarians who eat diets high in plant foods containing anti-nutrients, and these vegetarians generally do not show deficiencies in iron and zinc, so they speculate the body may be adapting to the presence of anti-nutrients by increasing the absorption of these minerals in the gut. And this website also mentions that anti-nutrients may also exert health benefits. Phytates, for example, have been found to lower cholesterol, slow digestion, and prevent sharp rises in blood sugar. And many anti-nutrients have antioxidant and anti-cancer action, so avoiding them entirely is not recommended. So here we have Harvard, T.H. Chan School of Public Health not recommending people eliminate anti-nutrient containing plant foods from their diet. There's just way too many health benefits that you'd be just giving up on. And I just want to point out now, I've still yet to see any health organization recommend what Dr. Berry's recommending here, that we give up eating plants, all fruits and vegetables, they're bad for you, don't eat them. Just saying.
Now, I still do not believe that plants are trying to kill us. But I do believe that plants, some more than others, are trying to strongly discourage us from eating them. They definitely don't want us to eat their seeds because that's their progeny, that's their children. They want those seeds to be planted and to grow.
So now Dr. Berry's almost bordering on plant activism. He seems to be saying here he can intuit the intentions of these anti-nutrient containing plants. They don't want to be eaten. Well, these non-sentient beings don't want to be eaten. How about beings that are clearly sentient? Beings that have, say, brains, central nervous systems, can feel emotion, know when they're in danger, such as animals. So what he's saying here about plants is even more true about animals. If you're truly concerned about the well-being and intentions of non-sentient beings, you should damn well be concerned about the intentions of sentient beings. So if anything, I think this is a wonderful argument for ethical veganism.
And if we're eating their seeds, like the florets of broccoli or all the nuts and seeds that many people can eat just fine, seemingly, on a keto diet, if many of us eat those, not only are we not going to be able to absorb the nutrition, the vitamins and minerals, but we're also going to realize that these foods cause inflammation in our body. And so that's another big thing is inflammation. So
once again, I'm not a medical doctor or health professional, but I do know that plants are generally considered to be non-inflammatory, even anti-inflammatory foods. So once again, if you're eating something that shouldn't be causing inflammation, but it is causing inflammation, you should maybe see a gastroenterologist.
Some people even notice a decrease in their mental health status if they eat too many plants.
So is this claim part of your deep dive into research in the field? Because I haven't seen any research whatsoever, no studies whatsoever, or is this an opinion? Because it sounds more like an opinion, like the opinion that you gave that ran contrary to Harvard. So yeah, I've still yet to see any health organizations come out and support what he's saying here. It just seems like his deep dive into research is just like, some kind of flat earther research. I'm not saying he's a flat earther or anything, but just like stuff you're Googling, speculating, personal experience and stuff like that. And I see a complete lack of any studies. I mean, I can show you a mountain of studies supporting the healthful benefits of plant-based diets. And that's how these health organizations that I showed earlier are able to make their position statements, not because they just sat in a chair and pondered it. No, they used these studies as the foundation to form their opinions and their position statements. That's the difference between an opinion of a health organization risking their reputation, making a statement, and just one single guy. And I'm not saying he's a bad person or anything like that. I'm just trying to sort through what he's saying here and see how strong it is. How strong of an argument is this for people to not eat plants? And like I said at the beginning, am I totally screwed by being vegan and eating just plants? And I'm not convinced whatsoever. I'm still waiting for all these horrible things to happen to me after 12 years of eating a hell of a lot of plants and a hell of a lot of carbohydrates and protein and fat for that matter. So I want to say, I know Mike the Vegan made a video about this. He beat me to it. I haven't watched it yet, So I'll watch his video after I upload mine. I want to make sure all my thoughts are my own and I don't get any kind of influence or any ideas from Mike. So anyway, guys, leave your questions and comments down below about your thoughts about this. Are you convinced by Dr. Berry? Are you from this day forward going to give up eating all plants, all vegetables and fruits? Let me know. Let me know if you saw any issues with this presentation that I overlooked as well. So hey, if you're watching Dr. Berry, once again, hello. I guess we meet every few years in conditions like this. If you want to discuss this more, I have my live streams on Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if someone is watching and you're a Dr. Berry fan, you think I'm totally crazy, come and tell me, to give me some evidence. Just don't throw names out at me. Just give me your strong argument why I'm wrong. Point out where I went wrong, and I'll listen to you. So anyway, guys, leave your comments down below. Hit like, share this video, and until next time, remember, doesn't suck being vegan.